All right, we got a new one from Living Free Mike here. I'm back. Horrible news, January 3rd, 2020. Sober wasn't feeling well. Sober was having difficulty peeing, and he took her to the vet. And it came up to $1,100 for the meds and the exam and the blood work and all that. And not only that, but his phone died. So he's got to get a new phone that could be multiple hundreds of bucks. Not a good day for Mike, man. Anyway, I don't know, man. You know, what do? You know, you live on the road. You know there are going to be unexpected expenses. You know, you got a dog, an older dog. There's going to be vet bills. There's going to be expenses, and everything just kind of, that happened. So anyway, I don't know. What you going to do? What you going to do about it, Mike? He's been, I don't know, he got out the court site early. He was in court site, I think, back in October. We're already in January now, so it's going on at least 3 months. And just kind of hanging out with the tribe there, and, they have, they have a little gathering there, and some food, and so there's the group there, and there's Mike. And they have a nice little potluck dinner, and yeah, Let me get this. So anyway, all right, Mike. 2021. It's a new year. You got some plans. You got some goals. You got some resolutions. Be interesting to know what most people, when they have a new year come by, they have some plans. Hey. My goals this year, I want to, make a certain amount of money. I want to get a promotion. I want to get a different job. I want to move. It'd be interesting to hear Mike do what are his goals for 2021? I'd like to hear that. I would like to hear that. That would be interesting. We haven't heard from Candy in a while, Life According to Candy. She interviewed me way back when I was in Springfield, Virginia. I think it was 2018. A really nice interviewer. We had a nice chat. I don't know if that video is anywhere still up, but if it is, watch it, because it was good. I talked to her on the phone for like an hour. We were talking about a whole lot of things. Anyway, haven't heard much from Candy lately, but she does have an interesting video here. She wonders why people like to throw money at veritable strangers on YouTube. I don't know. You get into the whole thing about they become part of your life. You see them every day or a lot of time, on a regular basis. You enjoy their content. You feel like you get to know them. And then in a live chat, they shout you out. And there's some sort of a connection there. And it causes people to want to help and support them and whatever. And she says, think about it. It's an interesting take on what's going on YouTube now, and I just go watch it. It'll only take you 4 minutes and 27 seconds, but she does bring up some very interesting points, and she says, look at your own life. Are there things in your life that you could be spending money on, friends and family and stuff like that? Why are you giving it to strangers? They're not strangers. They're my YouTube family. My calipers are seizing. My calipers are seizing. Vancity Vanlife Chrome there, back there. It started out as a tire rotation, and it ended up, another $1,000. A lot of $1,000 bills these days, huh? Dog bills for Living Free Mike, and now we've got a $1,000 bill for tire rotation, and seized up calipers. Sorry, sir, but your calipers are seized up. I don't know, man. Starting out 2021, a little on the expensive side. Oh, yeah. Hey, we got RV Miles and some tips for new RVers and seasoned ones. Enjoy the journey life. I always enjoy their channel. Free beach camping. Where can you do that? I want to know. Lex and Riot, a 6x12 cargo trailer camper conversion. And some culinary stuff. Oh, we got to have some more of that culinary stuff. Oh, yeah. An interesting video from the Wayward Wags. It was a good and a bad year, 2020. It wasn't all bad. There was a lot of crazy, nutty, weird stuff in 2020. But a lot of people had some good things happen to them too. We have to take note of that. That most everybody had a few good things happen to them in 2020, right? RV Odd Couple, the 10 dumbest winter RV camping mistakes. And RV Jedi wraps up his season 5. Happy New Year. A lot of time in Wisconsin up there. I guess that's where he lives. But some good, northern Midwestern camping. Oh, yeah. Inspirational Nomad is taking a continued tour of all the Florida real estate. I guess he's really looking at maybe buying a house or something. Looking at, how much it costs to live in a, attached to the ground house. $185,000 to buy it, $485,000 per month to rent it, all these different things. I don't know. I think he's kind of maybe getting a little tired of living in his car. What do you think? Patty Van Halen there in Tennessee is talking about putting in new cargo racks and some van storage update ideas. One of these days, I think he said later this year, he wants to get out and live up in the mountains, just off grid. So he's getting ready. He's getting prepped. Letters. Go Frugal has a lot of questions about Little Adam, my 15-year-old VW Golf Rabbit. When was the last time you had a passenger in Little Adam? Actually, just the other day, I drive my friends around. I drive people all over town. I actually do. I have lots of people in my car. I never film while I'm doing it, though. Ever think about converting it to a camper? Yes. The problem with Little Adam is it's only a 2-door, and I could make the back seat folded down. I could make that into a sleeping area kind of, but it is just incredibly hard to get in and out of it. It's hard to get the back hatch open. It does have an emergency latch in there, but trying to get out those big front doors with the seats, I've tried a few times and it's no, it ain't gonna. I gotta be. If I was like 3'8", it might work. And Go Frugal also asked, does my AC work? Yes, the AC works. The car has been very good to me. I have to knock on wood. I have never had a major repair in the car. Transmission so far so good. Other than leaking, some oil leak. There's an oil leak in it. I think it's an oil leak, and there's also the water leaky stuff. But other than that, it's a nice little car. I really like it. I've grown very attached to it. Odd17B says he's disgusted, or she, I forget, disgusted at the financial irresponsibility of these nomads. LF's latest video about a $1,200 vet bill and needing a new phone. Morgan having to pay those California taxes. They never miss an opportunity to, let you know about a crisis. It kind of wears on the viewers, says Odd17B. You think so? I do believe somebody told me that Morgan took down that video where she said she made $100,000 in 2 months on, I guess, YouTube and Patreon. I don't know. The video is gone away, so I don't know. One of the cardinal rules in, I think, the YouTube e-begging community is do not ever tell anybody how much you really made, because sometimes people they make a lot of money on YouTube, and if you tell them, it may be harder for them to continue giving. You know what I'm saying? You always got to kind of play like you're right on the edge. Oh, I made a lot of money, but now I don't have it, and now I need more. I don't know. Hey, do you like my glasses? I found these in the back. I was going through Little Adam looking for wet spots on the carpet today from the leaks, and I found these under the seat. They're really nice. They're like brand new glasses from like 3 or 4 years ago. I like them. You think I look cool in these? SC1212 Abel says I should start doing music review videos on my other channel. I would, there's a couple good classic rock channels I watch. I forget all the names of them. I do like classic rock. I do like new wave from the 80s and 90s. I should do some reviews. I really should do some of my favorite music, some of Dave's favorite albums. That is not a bad idea, SC1212 Abel. Bounder Road says I should pour some brake fluid on the door gasket. It will expand and seal leaks. Not a bad idea. We're trying to figure out what CVK, let's just call him that, CVK Kenny. What he's going to do with the prepper shack he put together there. He did a nice job on it, but it's up there in the New Mexico mountains. Now he's going to be spending a lot of time in Arizona because that's where his new residence is. We need to know more about that. You know, I don't know. We've heard a lot of rumblings about the shack and whether he got kicked off the land or whether he can still go back up there or what. I don't know. I think he may probably just say, hey, I go up there and get the stuff. There's quite a lot of stuff in that little shack, valuable stuff that he could maybe take to wherever he's now living. I don't know. Or just abandon it and get a new one. It might be cheaper than moving it. I don't know. We'll have, you know what? That's good content, and we're all anxiously waiting to see what Kenny decides to do. We are in a pandemic, writes Mary J. Yeah, do these nomads have the kind of money to blow just before the pandemic? A certain nomad that we don't talk about. We don't talk about several certain nomads. So this is a certain nomad was complaining he couldn't pay his bills. Then he buys a house and then doubles down on a massive spending spree. You know, it is interesting to see how people shift gears. You know, oh, I'm really broke now. I owe my whatever. I need this repair. My dog isn't this. Then, you know, I haven't slept in several days. Oh, I'm just miserable. And then a couple days later, it's, I just bought a brand new e-bike and I'm hanging out with I bought a whole bunch of cool stuff at the Wally World. It is interesting how you see some of these people they can just ramp it up and ramp it down real fast. Rob says, Brian should not have I was talking about the other day how Brian Adventure Van Man was apologizing because he didn't put up enough videos. You know, he was only, and Rob says, no, he should not apologize. Brian is living his life. He doesn't owe me or anyone else a video. And that's what I was saying. I'm saying, Brian, you never need to apologize. You know, if you want to put up one video a month or one video a week, that's up to you. Why should you have to apologize to your viewers? I'm sorry I'm not posting enough. You know, hey, live your life and then worry about YouTube, you know? Squeaky RV Sales says, if Unstoppable Morgan ever wants to get a decent, fulfilling life, she needs to get her emotional and psychological mental conditions taken care of first. She seems to know the right things to do, but when given the opportunity, she doesn't know how to apply herself to a common goal. Her critical thinking and decision-making is the problem. You cannot help people that refuse to help themselves. If you do, the result is the same every single time. Yeah. They know the problem, but they can't seem to find a way to apply the fix to themselves. And I think that's one thing that Cheap RV Living Bob once said, you take this everywhere you go. You can travel all over the, I got to change everything. I've got to leave my house in New York and go to Utah, or I've got to go to Arizona, or I've got to go camping here, or I've got to go there. This always comes right with you, up here. You know, all your problems a lot of them are all up here, and they're all going to go with you wherever you go. What was that line? I think it was Harry Chapin. You can travel on 10,000 miles and still be where you are, still stay where you are, something like that. It's very true. And, sometimes the traveling is the excuse where you need to sit down and figure out and learn to fix your problems or get some help to get your problems fixed and then get on the road. But don't do it while you're on the road because you're just going to have the same problems over and over again, right? Dr. David, Dr. Phil. I'm Dr. Phil. That's right. Roger Thornton says Vancity Vanlife has gotten too big and rich for me. And I like poor and humble van dwellers like Blue Van Dan. I get that. I get it. I was saying how my car is a 2006, and this year it'll be 15 years old. That's right. Wow. It's funny because one thing I like about living in Morganton, North Carolina is that I see a lot of cars older than mine. You know, when I was living in Northern Virginia, which is a very wealthy with it area. I was one of the oldest cars on the road. Here, I see people cruising around in 1970s Lincoln Continentals and old Buicks from the early 80s and stuff. And some of them are actually very well maintained. But it's fun to watch, hey, my car's not so old. I'm seeing 20 and 30-year-old cars. We don't have emissions inspections here. So, hey, you can just keep on driving. All right, everybody, that ought to do it. It is Sunday, the 3rd of January, 2021. I caught myself again. 2021. Thank you so much for watching. You all have a wonderful rest of your weekend. I'll talk to you later. Vlog under.